folks, Paul here. I'm at Wolf Lake in Kawartha Highlands Park, about 2 hours northeast of Toronto. I've been here before actually. Last year I was out here in a canoe. I paddled this lake. It's about 4 kilometers long to the very end. I'm not sure if I'll go that far this time. But this time I've got a toboggan with me and we're going to walk on the frozen lake, which is pretty exciting. I've been looking forward to this for a while. A bit of an experiment for me this weekend. I've got my toboggan, I've got a hot tent, I've got a wood stove, and we're going to see if we can camp out there on the shores of Wolf Lake. So I was going to wear snowshoes today, have them in the car, but there's just no need. Even up here there's only 6 inches of snow, or soft snow anyway. So I've got my -40 rubber boots and my spikes, my steel spikes on the bottom of that, and I'm getting really good traction. There's no problem out here whatsoever. Also, there's a lot of snowmobile trails, so I'm going to follow those because it's just a little bit smoother and you don't have to break ground with the sled. It appears that they go down the lake quite far, which is good, so I can just follow right along that. On one side of the lake, on the south side, there's quite a bit of private property, so I imagine snowmobilers are accessing their cottages and cabins there. On the right side, when you get to a certain point, it's all Kawartha Highlands parkland. But really, really beautiful out here. I got so lucky with the sun. I'm actually warming up quite a bit here, so I might start taking clothes off soon. It's -13, but with the sunshine and the workout, you get warm very quickly. So far, so good. Crossing my fingers this works out. Alright, let's carry on. Alright, I walked about 2 kilometers now, and I've had to change some of my clothing. I put on some lightweight gloves, my lightweight toque. This is getting too hot walking out here. It's a good exercise. So about 2 kilometers, and everything's working out pretty well. I'm happy with the sled. It slides quite nicely behind me. There's about 40 pounds in there, unfortunately. Anybody that knows me knows I'm an ultra light packer, except for today apparently. Bringing the hot tent and the stove and all the things you need for winter really adds up quick, so I got quite a load there. Anyway, the campsite that I was initially looking at as a possibility is just out here on the end of that point. It's really hard to tell, but there's a point there, and I was thinking about going there depending on how things went, but I'm feeling really good walking on the lake past this little island. Walking past islands, that's a new one. So I'm feeling pretty good. I think I'm going to carry on and go a little further, see if I can get a little more remote, have a little more of a wilderness experience. But yeah, I'm going to carry on. I've got a couple hours of daylight yet, so I'm going to move on a little further and see where it takes me. So I'm getting near the end of Wolf Lake. It's about 1:10, 1:15, and I think I'm going to start looking for a campsite because it's going to take a while to set up and cut down the wood for the wood stove and all that good stuff. Even though it seems like I've got lots of sunlight, lots of daylight left, I think I'm going to scout out a nice spot. I'm looking over here, and you can see it's not too big a rise, which is ideal, right? A lot of places off the lake have a steep incline, but this is just a low rise. And if I can find a nice flat spot in there, that might work for me. So the challenge in the bush, more than anything else I'm finding, is just finding a flat spot. And my tent is fairly big this time. I'm going to need 12 feet by 12 feet square. So that's pretty significant. So I'll keep looking around. We'll find something. Alright, I think I found me a pretty good spot. Right here. That's a big size. It's fairly flat. There's lots of snow, but that's okay. We'll just stamp it down, make it flat. Yeah, I think that might work. I'm not too far off the beaten path either. The lake is just out there, if you can see. Not too far away at all. So I think this spot will work. Alright, I'm gonna go get the sled, bring it up, start working on camp. Exciting, eh? Home sweet home. Alright, here's a look at the sled and how I packed it and what I brought along. Extra jacket. It's a nylon puffy jacket. Extra clothes for sleeping. Oh, a winter mattress. It's a blow-up mattress. 2 ditty bags with rope and odds and ends. That's my cooking utensils, my billy pot. There's some water, some more water, a couple of seat pads, a reflective blanket, put that underneath my sleeping pad at night, frying pan, cooking. There's another down puffy jacket, and just a bag. What else we got here? This is a shovel. I'm going to take the shovel out of there. I got a little seat, a really little tripod seat. This is part of the shovel, the handle. And we got a little axe, a little hatchet to chop up some firewood. These are the pipes, the stove pipes, to get the exhaust out of the hot tent. There's a saw cutting up some firewood. This is the tent in all its glory, a tarp tent. As you can see, that takes up the majority of the room and is quite sizable. And this, some bungee cords. That's the stove. That's the homemade wood stove, which hopefully is going to keep me warm tonight. There we go. It's worked before, let's hope it works again. And that's about it. So now I need to get to work with the shovel. Trying to flatten up my tent space, pack it down a bit, and then we'll get this tent up. It probably doesn't look any different to the camera, but I did kind of clear a spot, and I was lucky. Like, no trees in the way at all, and relatively flat, so I didn't have to do a whole lot of work. Just trying to shovel the snow around so that it's not too bumpy. There seems to be very minimal amount of things underneath, but we'll probably find out later on. Yeah, so there we go. There's our nice big, oh, it's much bigger than 12 by 12 now. Lots of room to maneuver in there. And fairly flat. The tent doesn't have a floor. It's a teepee, actually. It doesn't have a floor. So it really doesn't matter what the ground looks like. I can always straighten it out afterwards. I'm getting hungry. 2 o'clock. I'm ready for some lunch real soon. Alright, I think I'm going to scout out the center post for the teepee. It needs a 10-foot tall post up the middle, and I'm just going to use a piece of dead wood lying around. Okay, let's go. Nice piece of dead wood, still standing. I'll cut that down, cut it to 10 feet. I'll have a nice center pole. Plus some extra firewood, I think. Woo! Beauty. Okay, it's 2:30. I'm famished, and I don't want to carry on with feeling this way. So I'm gonna chow down, build up my calories, and then I'll be able to work on the tent and the wood and everything else for a while. I don't want to stop too long for lunch though, so I'm gonna have a cold lunch of basically sandwiches. So that's what I got. I got some Oka cheese, some garlic sausage, mustard, a couple of naan bread, and for dessert, M&Ms. So I'll see how much of this I can eat, and then I'll be ready to go. All right, we got the teepee up. It wasn't too hard, but the snow is very, very loose and powdery, so it's hard to stake anything down. It doesn't want to stay. Anyway, this teepee is 11 feet across the bottom by 11 feet, and then 10 feet high in the center, as I said earlier, with a flap on the front here for entrance. Hey there. So we're in the tent now. We've got the wood stove going. The temperature's starting to come up. And I think I'm ready for the night. I worked feverishly at cutting wood, trying to get enough wood supply ready to last the evening. And it got dark around 5:30, so I had to move quickly. Now I'm inside, all is well, and I'll show you what I got for a wood stove here. On the top here we've got a cooking surface, so we're going to heat up some water and then put a fry pan on there and make some stir fry tonight. So dual purpose. I love this little setup. I don't know if it's enough to heat up this giant tent, but we're going to give it a go tonight. Okay, I'm ready to throw in the potatoes now. Got this oil nice and hot. In we go. Okay, we're just going to add the red peppers. Those a little stir. Make sure we get them all mixed in. I'm just going to give this a cover with tin foil and see if we can get some heat in there. We got some fry action happening. Finally got this stove good and hot, and we're frying. Yay. Alright, time to add the last ingredient. Some pre-cooked pea meal bacon. Oh, it's going to be a pot full, eh? I cooked this last night at home. It just needs to be warmed up. Oh, that looks so good. I can't wait to get into that. We're done. Oh, that looks so yummy. Oh my gosh. It's good and hot. It's all fried up. No salt, no pepper, no spice, just beautiful vegetable goodness. Alright, dinner time, at last. Man, I'm hungry. This is going to be divine. What was that? I don't know. Something went toing. Cheers, man. Cheers. Oh, that's good. Alright, I'm going to work away at this, and I'll get back to you when dinner's finished. It's a big bowl. It could take a while. Man, I feel lucky right now. So yummy. Cheers to Wolf Lake and to camping in the bush. I don't think I've given you a tour of the Chateau Chateau Paul. Might as well let you have a look around. Over here we have the sleeping quarters. So there's a lot of space. I actually think you could probably fit another person there. You could have one person sleeping this way, another person sleeping this way. Anyway, lots of space for one. There's my junk corner with all my goodies. Step back here. And there's just some odds and ends. My seat, the stove, the wood pile. That's the door there, by the way. The door flap. The wood stove is right there. I think when I go to bed, I'm just going to flip it around so that it faces my sleeping bag, and then I can fill it a lot easier with wood as needed. There's that center pole. I managed to find a way to dry some gloves, and it goes right up there. There's the stovepipe exit. This is a Kevlar material that's heat resistant. And there's two vents that I put in so that moisture can escape. It also gets crazy hot up there at the top because all the heat rises naturally. So that vent allows some of that craziness to escape, plus any moisture that's getting trapped up here in the canvas or in the tarp. And there you go, Chateau Paul. It's about 10 o'clock at night now. I just made myself a nice hot drink, Nescafe 3-in-1. Only the best. And I'm boiling up some water here so that I can fill a metal bottle and take that to bed with me. My own little hot water bottle. It actually serves two purposes. It keeps you warm in the bed, but it also guarantees that in the morning you have non-frozen water, which is a good thing for coffee. Tomorrow I'm making real coffee. Oh, this 3-in-1. It's been a great day. I'm really happy with how the toboggan went on Wolf Lake. I was lucky to have sunshine. I found a beautiful campsite here, nice flat spot. Tent went up really well. Stove's working okay. It's a little temperamental. I have to figure it out. I think it basically depends on the wood that I'm using. I threw some oak in there, and it just choked it. Like it slowed the fire right down. But I don't think I don't think it was dry. I think it was quite wet on the outside, and yeah, that wasn't good for the fire. So I'm not using the oak anymore. But I do have some maple and some unknown woods that seem to be really dry and are working out just fine. Okay, I'm going to finish this off and get ready for bed. Well, I'm done. It is time for sleep. Oh. Oh. I'm so ready for a long nap. Got the fire stoked. Got my hot water bottle. And I'm going to bed. Good night, everybody. Oh. Good morning.
Ah, a great sleep. This sleeping bag's fantastic. And yeah, I feel good. Got up a couple times to stoke the wood stove, but not worth the effort. Getting up every couple hours to keep it going. I just let it die down and hunkered down in my sleeping bag, and all is well. Yeah. That worked out really nicely. I better get up. Eh? Time to get up, make some breakfast. The wind is howling outside, so I think it's going to be a little chilly out there. I have to look at the thermometer. Alrighty. Cheers to another day.
Well, day two. It's 1:30 already. I've just been lounging around, had a really late breakfast, warming up the hot tent again. Feels good. Anyway, I think I need to start packing up. I'll need a couple hours to hike out, and then I don't mind driving in the dark, but I don't want to walk out in the dark, so yeah, I think I'll start getting things all packed up and loaded back onto the Old Faithful, back onto the sled, and away we go. Boy, time flies. Alright, I'll see you when I'm all ready to head out.